morning. Welcome to my Tireside Chat. It's a beautiful, beautiful, fog-filled Friday morning. This January the 16th. Yeah, 16th. I got it. 2026. What's going on today? Today is a good day. It's gonna be a good day, damn it. Feeling good. Health update, if anyone cares. But, this past year or more, 5 years now, I've been talking about issues I've had with inflammation and brain fog and tiredness, sluggishness. That's like kind of come and gone, and I've been trying all sorts of different supplements and exercise routine adjustments and diet adjustments. Turns out, in experimenting with a few different types of, come on, buddy, electrolytes, I found an electrolyte tablet that works really well for me. The problem being, in the past, is that I'm so sensitive to magnesium, different various forms of magnesium. Magnesium tends to stay in my system a lot longer and affects me more than it does other people, to where it just makes me really sleepy. Which, if I'm going to get 12 hours of rest, just take some magnesium, and then I don't want to get out of bed. It's usually a magnesium citrate or glycinate. So these magnesium or electrolyte tablets, most electrolytes that you take, first off, can be problematic because a lot of them that you buy, they pack B vitamins in there, so which any company that makes a health food or any supplement or whatever, if you see they put B vitamins in there, it's usually the type of B12. It's I'm forgetting the full name of it, but it's cyan, starts with CYAN, versus drawing a blank on. There's different methylation types of B12, but cyanocobalamin it's kind of like a synthetic crappy B12, and it's the same thing that they put in Red Bull and the 5-hour energy shots. It's garbage, and you'll see some of the electrolytes that you buy on the shelf, it has that B12 and B6 in it, and it's 10,000% of your daily value, recommended value. Yeah, it gets you high. It's a stimulant. So you're taking these electrolytes and man, I feel great. Or you're taking whatever it is that has that in there, man, I feel great. This stuff really works. I feel something. It's that's not the point of it. And I'm especially sensitive to B vitamins, and so if I even the better types of B12, B6, B2, taking those I'm really sensitive to, and even if I take hydroxyadenosyl, I'm pronouncing that wrong, B12, I have some liquid drops, so which allows you to take very measured amounts of it, where normally you might do a full dropper, which is 1,000 milligrams of B12, as a lot of people would take. I do 1 to 3 drops, which is 50 to 150 milligrams, and that's all I need. And even that, lately I've been doing maybe every couple days, if that. I've kind of paused it. Anyhow, all that to say, these electrolyte tablets, this by a company called Noon, N-U-U-N, been working really well for me. I started taking those a couple weeks ago when we were out of town in San Jose. I had 2 days where, there was one day where I jumped on the drums one evening, and I was playing the drums pretty intensively for an hour and a half, and then that was a good amount of exercise. And then the next day I went bowling which shouldn't be a big deal. I bowled for 4 games, which is when I haven't bowled in a long time. So I was using a lot of muscles that I hadn't used in a while, 2 days in a row. And by like that Saturday, which was the 3rd day, I was just like kind of feeling crappy. And we had to drive to San Jose to go stay the night, have friends, have dinner at our friend's house, stay the night in the hotel, pick up Gene the next morning, to drive back. And I've been working with Chat GPT, like giving it all my health information, somewhat cautiously, but for the most part, and then asking for recommendations, and then talking about all my history and all the things I've been trying, and then like updating it like twice a day on what I've been doing that day and how I've been feeling. So I started experimenting with these electrolytes, and it's like I took some that Sunday morning. I did a tablet in the morning, and it was like and picked me up, and we drove home from San Jose to Fresno, and it was like the first thing, like I wasn't 100% because I was still kind of recovering, but it was the first day in a while where like I didn't feel the need to take a nap. And then by that Monday, the next day, I did the same thing again in the morning, and I was like, whoa, I feel better than I have in a long time. And I just started doing that every day, for like the past 2 weeks, and I haven't felt this good in years. And this good, this consistent years. So it turns out all I needed were a solid, constant source of electrolytes. Here I've been spending untold amounts of money trying to narrow down my issues, thinking it was allergy related or more to do with my diet, which is good. I've made some positive changes that I probably needed to do anyways, and I've also I do have some allergies. I mean, I've tested for allergies, and I think the whole allergy industry, after having gone through all this for 5 years, especially in the Central Valley in California, is a little bit of a crock. I mean, it's a big business. I think, because like I went in and got tested for allergies, and they test you for like your reaction. They do the poke test on your back or on your arm, and they poke you with different allergens and see how you react. And what is going on here, people? And my results were like, oh, well, you're allergic to like 43 of 53 things. Although of all of those, like they kind of rank you on the level of allergicness from 1 to 10 on all of them, and I think most of mine were a 1 or a 2. A couple were a 3. This is when I did that. It was like the Allergy Institute on Fresno and Herndon. That was maybe 4 years ago when I first did that there, and we saw a different allergist at Boz Allergy out on Herndon and Polk. I forget if that was before or after, but it was like within a year. And both allergists said that, you have inflammation. We ran these tests. You would be a good candidate for allergy shots, and you should be taking Allegra. If you need to, just take 2 Allegra a day and Flonase. Just do both in the summer, like if you're suffering. And which I did, and that would like kind of seem to help a little bit, but really didn't address my issues. And now looking at it now, and everything that I've gone through with myself, it's like I was misdiagnosed. I was absolutely misdiagnosed, and it's like anyone with any sort of inflammation or brain fog issue or something, you can stumble into an allergist, and they give you an allergy test. They're like, oh yeah, well even if it was like, oh, you're allergic to 25 out of 50 things, or even 10 out of 50 things, even though the level of allergicness to each of those things is a 2. Oh, you need allergy shots, and you should be taking Allegra every day, or Claritin or whatever. Like, that's not, for me, that wasn't really addressing the issue. Anyway, I didn't mean to go off on this whole rant for 10 minutes about just, my health, but going into, more of the history. But I'm like, these past 2 weeks, man, I'm thinking like super clearly, feeling so much better. I had, and the like one big test was we went and saw Let's Go Bowling last Friday night, and Danielle was worried about me. It was just like, well, you better not dance too much, because the last time you did that, you were for like an hour, you were like destroyed the next 2 days. You just like were exhausted and super brain foggy, and it's exercise fatigue, and it just like killed me. But I was like, well, this would be a good test. So like we went, and yeah, I did. I was like skanking it up there for a good hour or something, because like, how can you not dance to Let's Go Bowling? They're awesome. And I mean, those guys are in their 50s and they're still killing it. But yeah, the next day, like that whole weekend, I just continued with my electrolytes, which I took some extra ones before we went to the show. I took another tablet, which ChatGPT recommended, and then Saturday and Sunday, like, I was a little tired, mainly because I think we didn't get to bed until like an hour later than I normally do on Friday night. That didn't help, but really I was fine. And then by the time I went back to work on Monday, it was great again. I did struggle a bit on, it was Monday, Tuesday, then it was Wednesday. Wednesday I was kind of struggling and I was really tired, so I didn't sleep well Tuesday night. And Monday night I went on a pretty intense run, and then Tuesday night I went on a pretty intense run. And I think what I learned is that I still have to be a little careful with overexertion and exercise. And so yeah, what I'm going to do is just, when I do exercise, I got to space it out a day and give myself, I need I can exercise one day and then the next evening rest. You get the idea. So that's better. What else is going on? Do I want to talk about politics? Maybe I'd get more views on my channel if I just talked about politics. Which I could do that. I might make a whole different YouTube channel for that. Actually, maybe that's what I'll do, so I can just talk politics. I don't want to do that here. But needless to say, everything that's been going on in the past week and a half, month, year, 2 years, 5, 10 years, there's been a lot to argue about on Facebook. Why do I still argue with people on Facebook? It's fun, dare I say. It can be, I don't know, it can be, I don't know. It's not great. I feel obligated to, and I can't help myself sometimes. A lot of us can't. That's what we do for entertainment. We like to go out on Facebook and correct each other. Which is kind of messed up. I'm sorry. Anyhow, so work's been going really well, and our nephews are coming over to spend the night this evening. I think I'm gonna play some Magic the Gathering with them. I got Dean into he's played a few games with me. I've got a deck from like 2014 that I've had since then. I forget where I got it from, but I've got a stack of Magic cards, and we spent like a good hour sorting them and like creating decks, and then we played a couple games against each other. And then when he went up and visited his mom in Willits, I guess their neighbor, the kid next door, plays Magic, and so he was over there like playing Magic with them. We played a few games, and so he's pretty into it. And then our nephews, Boz and Oz, Boz goes every weekend and plays D&D at a shop here in town. So I don't know. He's probably played Magic before. I don't know, but the kids will be super into it too. I might actually go on my lunch break today. There's a shop. Oh no, they're not open until 2. I might go after work on my way home, and there's a shop not far from my work here in Clovis that sells. It's like a card shop. I might look at adding to my collection a little bit and see what they have and get some booster packs or something. It could be fun. So that's happening. I've got a band practice tomorrow. We've got a gig coming up on January 30th, like our first real gig somewhere, really. It's just going to be an hour-long set, which will be easy for us. We've got added a second guitarist, my old buddy Ben Batista, who somehow works a full-time job and plays in 5 different bands. I don't know how he has time for any of it. But he's going to be joining us too, and he's a fantastic guitarist. We've got 2 extremely great guitarists and a really talented drummer, and then Anthony's doing congas and other percussions. He's great, and I'm a mediocre bass player, singer, and I'll be fronting the band. We added a couple more tunes, but now with the second guitarist, that expands our library of songs that we can play. Which we had 5 or so in our pocket that we were just kind of holding off on until we had either a keyboard or another guitar. And Ben says he's gonna go back and forth between both. So it should be pretty awesome. We're just gonna practice tomorrow and see how that goes, and then Sunday. What are we doing Sunday? No real plans. I might go get a flu shot. Danielle keeps reminding me that I should do that. I probably should. I've known a few people that have gotten sick recently, and they got really, really, really sick. From what I've been hearing, the efficacy of the flu shot this season is hit or miss. I'm not worried about myself going to the hospital, but if it would lessen the effects at all, I haven't had a flu shot in couple of years. I was getting COVID shots regularly. I didn't get a COVID shot last year. My nutritionist I was seeing said that for my physiology, the COVID shot might actually be messing with my nervous system a little bit, or something along those lines, just because of my genetics and then my history with COVID, the fact that I've had it a few times. It was kind of hit or miss. It may not be the best idea, so I just kind of avoided it, and I've just been really careful around people. Still trying to just wash my hands frequently and stuff, and be wary of cleanliness at the office and in public places. And if I wind up getting it, then it's not like I'm gonna die or anything. I just would rather not, just like with anything. So, all right, I'm gonna go. Bye.